outside, so sorry about the noise, but happy Easter 2024. And I am sitting under the shade of a tree on the farm school. Let me switch things for a second. Watching horses graze with my dog. And I can honestly say I do not have a concern in the world. Not one. Not one worry. No angst. No stress. Nothing but peace. But that's not true of most Americans. And that's what we're going to talk about. And welcome. My name's Bill, and that gorgeous creature right there is Maggie. And today we are going to talk about 5 reasons why many of you are broke and what you could possibly do about it. Now, I always need to make this statement. Obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody. I would venture to guess, obviously the top 1% don't have to worry about something like this, but I would venture to guess probably the top 20% don't have the day-to-day concerns about money that the bottom 80% do. Conservatively speaking, and being very conservative, I'm going to say this is going to apply to about 60% of Americans. Either you are just barely meeting your bills and just getting by, or you're not meeting your bills and you are heading for trouble. Or if you're being realistic, you're one paycheck away from being in doo-doo. So those are the people I'm talking to. And I think there's a very good reason. Actually, there's 5 reasons. So let's get into them. Number 1. You are broke because of the housing expense. Okay, either rent or mortgage payment. What do you pay? $1,000? Not likely. Okay, good luck on that. Let's say $1,500 is lowballing. Let's say $2,000. Let's say $2,500. Let's say $3,000. If your mortgage payment is $2,000, that's $24,000 a year. That's a minimum paying job. That's a minimum wage job. That all it could pay for would be housing. It used to be housing was something like 30% of a yearly wage, and that was a level that most people could meet. Not true anymore. Not true. Wages have stagnated or they've dropped, and housing costs have risen dramatically. So your number 1 problem as far as being broke is concerned is your housing costs. What can you do about it? Every solution I mention to you in this video is going to be drastic. It calls for difficult decisions. My wife and I, we sold our house and we moved into shuttle buses. Okay. I'm in a shuttle bus right now. It's on property of a person who I have known in the Olympia area, and I work, 10 hours a week to pay for the parking spot and the utilities. So basically, I pay no money for mortgage. Can you imagine that for a second? Drastic measures. There's areas in the United States where you can move and you can live total expenses. Okay, this is getting by. This is meeting all your expenses and still having something like $1,500 a month. Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, North Dakota, I could name a few of them. Upper Wisconsin, and obviously the deep south, Mississippi is always going to have problems. But the point being, if you can't meet your mortgage payment in, say, I don't care, whatever, Phoenix or Los Angeles or San Francisco or Eugene, Oregon, you can't meet the mortgage payment, it's killing you financially. You need to make some tough decisions, and maybe one of those decisions is moving to an area where you could live. $1,500 a month. That's like a $12 an hour job, $13 an hour job. That you can do. Those jobs are available. All right, mortgage. Number 2, food. I don't know if you've noticed it, but go to the grocery store and prices have got to be 30, 40, 50% higher than they were 2 years ago. There's a variety of reasons. We're not going to get into that. This has been building for 20 years. This inflation has been inevitable. If you know anything about economics, it's been inevitable for 20 years. We're just slowly getting to the point now where the average person can't afford to buy the foods that they used to, and right there is one of your solutions. You may have to change the way you eat. You may have to change your eating style. You may have to change your shopping style, buy in bulk at Costco. Here's an idea. If you live in a city that allows you to put a vegetable garden in, either put the vegetable garden in the front yard, put it in the backyard, or put it in both yards. The lawn's doing you no good whatsoever. Zero. Don't talk to me about property values, okay? That's BS. That's a real estate agent wanting you to believe that you should be pouring money into a lawn. Lawn does you no good. A vegetable garden will. Plant it in March, plant it in April, and you're going to have food savings costs. You're going to have savings on the cost of food for the next, for 3 or 4 months during the year. But that's just a minor state. That's a minor move. You're going to have to change the way you eat. Figure out a way to make eat pastas. I don't know. Eat rice. Eat a lot of rice. But you have to do something. Grow it your own. Grow your own. All right. Mortgage, food. Number 3 on the list, transportation. The cost of a vehicle, the cost of gas, the cost of insurance, and the cost of upkeep. I think I read upkeep averages about $100 a month over the lifespan of a vehicle. Gas, what are you spending on gas? $100 a week, $400 a month. None of this sounds earth-shaking until you add it to the mortgage payment, the food payment, and now it's a wonder anybody can drive their car out of their driveway. Drastic solutions? I don't know. Do you need a car? Dead serious here. Do you need a vehicle? Are there alternatives? Yes, the alternatives may be a pain in the ass, but are there alternatives? Can you take public transport? Can you, at the very least, carpool with a neighbor so that you're only driving once a week or twice a month to get kids to school than 4 times a month, than 4 weeks a month? I don't know. Find a solution. Find a cheaper car. There's still Honda Civics on the road from 30 years ago. 30 years old, and they're still getting 30 miles to the gallon. Okay. If you've got a problem paying for transportation and you're driving a Dodge Ram, I'm going to say to you that you need a come to Jesus meeting. Okay. Because what you're doing is counterproductive. Number 4, credit card debt. The average credit card debt in America is something like $4,000, $5,000. That's a credit card. Okay. The average debt in America is somewhere in the neighborhood of $40,000 per family. But credit card, here I'm going to give you, this is the best information you've ever gotten as far as finances. If you're paying on a credit card and you're paying the monthly minimum, you're losing money every month. Okay? You are not paying the principal by paying monthly minimum, because the 20% interest rate is charging you more than the money that you're paying off the principal. You can't pay the minimum. Okay. there's going to be people arguing with me on this, and they're going to say, I just have it for convenience. Yeah, convenience leads to spending. Get rid of the credit card. And if you're young, don't even start. But I have to build my credit score. No, you don't. I'm talking about drastic solutions. You only need a credit score if you're planning on buying a house. Well, I would suggest you don't buy a house. That's a losing proposition. Oh, people have reasons. Oh my God, they're whining right now. But you're hung up on the American dream that no longer works. Okay? Get a grip on that one. So credit card debt, God, the sooner you can get rid of your credit cards and pay off the credit card debt, the better. And then, you know, then that dovetails into like college expense, college debt. Don't go to college. If you can't afford college, okay, and I mean afford it without going into debt for what, $30,000 a year, 100 coming out of college with $120,000 in debt. If you can't go to college without taking on that kind of debt, don't go to college. Don't do it. You have a better chance of making money being an electrician, being a plumber, being a construction worker. You do. On average, you have a better chance of making a better living doing those things. Be a plumber. You're always going to need plumbing. Always going to need it. Car mechanic. Oh my God. Car mechanic. Be a car mechanic. Don't go into college and just come out with a BA in business. What is that? All right, that's 4. Number 5 reason why you're broke. This one's going to hurt. It's the why of your spending. I think Americans have gotten out of control as far as spending. Ever hear of retail therapy? I know a lot of people who do retail therapy. They're depressed, they're unhappy, they're not feeling good about their life, and who isn't in today's society? Excuse me, I gotta move. And so they go out and buy something. Or they buy things they don't need. I am big on minimalism. Buy according to need, not according to want. But I work so hard, I just want that so badly. But it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. You have got to change your spending habits. If you are one of the 60% of Americans who can barely get by every month, if you think things are going to get better, oh my God, who do you think is fighting for you in Washington, D.C. right now? Who's fighting for you in the state legislature? Turbulent times coming, folks. Turbulent times. Now is the time, while you still have time, now is the time to change your habits. And one of your bad habits is spending when you don't need to. I'm sorry. And don't invest your money. Do not save up money and invest it. Stick it in a coffee can, bury it in the backyard. It's going to be worth more over the long run. You're just you're playing the financial game that the big wigs want you to play. The Wells Fargos and the Chase Manhattans. Don't do it. Don't do it. Real estate's too volatile an industry. Don't do it. Don't buy stocks and bonds. Don't do it. Little guy always gets burned. Those are your 5 bad habits that need to change, okay? Mortgage, food, credit cards, transportation, and why. Why do you feel the need to spend? All right, that's all I got for you guys. Good luck. I mean it. You're going to need it.